Today's lesson we're going to talk about, I'm going to go over a really cool R&B song by Trey Songz. It's called Neighbors Know My Name. It's a really cool song, man. It's just got some really cool guitar parts. We're just going to focus in on that, just what the chords are and the movements in there, and maybe just work on some like solo stuff. The thing that I want you to always think about is when you're approaching these songs is trying to get as close as you possibly can to the tonality of the songs, and also to how to stretch yourself so you can do more around the song. Because if you play with a band, if you play with a singer, or if you're just playing along with the track, how to move along so that way you get a little bit more, you have more options. Not that you have to use your options every single time when you play, but just so you have more options so that way you feel like I can add this to the song if I want to play this chain instead of playing the regular changes in the whole song. Because you got to remember, production is done a certain way. So when you start having these different options, you know how to get around the song, to manipulate the song a little bit more, to have a little bit more fun with it. So I'm going to play the track for you guys real quick, and then we're going to get into the song. So here's the track.
Knocking on the wall, and as soon as I go deep, getting it in, then again there's a knock.
So as you already hear, like the song, like the rhythm of the song is like pretty much consistently the same. Like the movement of the guitar is consistently the same. So this, just to give you a heads up, the song is going to be in F major. And you're probably trying to figure out, like, how does he know, like, it's going to be an F major? So if I'm looking at the guitar and I know the scale, if I know that first chord that we're playing is a D minor, right? I have a couple options. So either that song could be in the key of F, because it could be the 6th of the F, or it could be in C, because it's in the number 2. But then that next chord is what's going to tell me. So then I'm playing that A minor 11. So I know if I'm playing that next chord, that A minor 11, that definitely lets me know that it's going to be in the key of F because it's in that scale. So that's a little bit of theory for you today. But let's get into the song. So that first chord that we're going to play is that D minor 7. This is where we're going to do our lick. Then we're going to go to that A minor 11. Like a pull off. We're gonna go to that G minor 11. From that G minor 11 to the A minor 11, back to the top. Those are the only chords that are in that song. Okay. Cool. So now I'm going to show you some different ways, since we got the bass up. We're going to play with it for a few minutes. Then the next time I come back around, I'm going to show you how to move around the song a little bit, so we have a few more options. All right, here we go. Let me back it on up a little bit. Cool. So that's the basis of the song. Now that we know that this song really only possesses 3 changes, we got to make sure we get those licks. Like I said again, it's off of that D minor, off of that A minor 11, off of that G minor 11. So what we're gonna do now, because we know that that's the basis of the song. Now we have kind of like the format and the structure. We can kind of move around a little bit. We know that we have different options. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a couple different options. I like to use the diminished movements. I like to use like the walk arounds. There's a lot of different movements that we can use. So let me talk you through a couple different movements that I feel like would work very tastefully with this song, whatever. So that first move I want to talk about is where we go from the D minor 7 down here to that D minor 9 down here. That's C. Back to that diminished. F sharp diminished. Back to that G minor. We can do a 7. See how I did that movement or whatever. So again, what I did was like the first time around I played it the regular way. The next time I'm going to go around, I'm going to have to kind of move the chords a little bit, like a little bit faster, so that way I stay within rhythm. We have to move the chords in the right time so to make sure everything still lands on the right spot. Just because we're adding more chords, we have to increase the tempo so that way that the chords land in the right spot. So again, here's that movement again. All right, cool. So let's play that change with the song now. Here we go. Again. So there's so many options we can do with that. So I'm going to show you a couple things that I was doing around there. So I was doing that same movement. Now what I'm doing something is we call like walking the bass line. So you hear those bass notes. So now I know those bass notes, I'm going to add the chords with it. I can do that movement too. So just that, instead of doing a regular minor 7, just using that index finger. There's a whole lot of ways we can get around that change or whatever. So again, let me show you that with the song. Move it up a little bit. All right, here we go. The change. thing about these movements are they're really cool, but we never want to get away from the song. These are just options. These are just ideas. You want to always play the base of what the chord progressions are in the song. These are just options, so whenever you've been playing it around for maybe like 4 or 5 times and you want to change it, you have something else you can go in your bag and pull out. Don't start out the song playing it with all the cool movements first, because again, people are not going to recognize that song. So always start out with the original, whatever the progression of the song is, and then develop and grow into the new stuff or whatever. So again, the song we went over today was called "Neighbors Know My Name" by Trey Songz. I wanted to show you that movement, but then I wanted to show you a couple of different things that you can go in your bag and you can pull out, so that way you can show you have a little bit more versatility while you've been playing. So those are some great exercises to implement when you're playing the song. When if you're practicing by yourself, if you happen to play with a band. Remember, always start out with the format that the song is, and then developing and going to different things. Because again, you don't want to take away from what the song is initially. You want to always play the structure of the song, and then from there, you want to go to the next phase and start bringing out stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed that lesson. Stay tuned for more.